On November 22nd, 2025, the Dallas Mavericks played the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant was injured and was in street clothes and was basically talking trash from the Grizzlies bench during the game and continued as the game ended. Now, your boy Klay Thompson scored 22 points off the bench. He did miss the opportunity to tie the contest late in the game. And after the game, here is what you saw. You saw Ja Morant get off the bench, hold a basketball in street clothes, walk up to Klay Thompson, and basically say some things pejorative. And you can see Klay Thompson there, like pretty much smacking him off and all that other stuff. And then once the game was over, Klay Thompson was asked about what was said, and
nothing of intelligent depth. It was really just his just running his mouth, and he's been running his mouth for a long time. And it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. We all want to see him out there and do his best, but he's just been letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. And we need that in the NBA. We need our best players to be out there, and when you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. And I hate to see that go to waste.
What are you?
Damn, this is a very, a very good way to sun somebody. And Ja Morant, I don't really understand what is going on with him. He has, problems after problems after problems, and other people are noticing it.
Klay handled it already on his own. But what is really dawning on me, I don't think Ja Morant gets it. And it also has to do with the mantle, who's going to carry the mantle for the NBA going forward as well, right? We look at guys like Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, and we look at where they are now in their career versus where we expected them to be. And you look at, other international stars, Nikola Jokic and those guys, like doing whatever they got to do, and them caring more about, going back home during the offseason, all that stuff. Obviously, you got Ant Edwards to a certain extent as an American player. But you see that. You see, like, we're missing something in American guys. And then you see guys on top of just not getting it off the court, on the court not performing the way they're supposed to perform, but then also not understanding the people that came before them put in way more work than you, and is bowing out gracefully. What do you mean you wash now, you trash now, you this now to Klay Thompson? Ja Morant, you're supposed to be in the prime of your career, brother.
Ja Morant, last year, they had a pretty good coach, okay? I believe they were like a 4th seed, something like that, and the coach ended up getting fired, all right? Good coach. And largely, I'd have to say, one of the reasons why the coach got fired had to be because of Ja Morant. Now Ja Morant, they're looking for trades for the guy. They're trying to get him the hell up out of there. And I understand why. And a lot of these players have these bad attitudes. My team, the 49ers, like I said, Brandon Ayuk, he's going through something similar, got his entire contract voided. He's okay with it. And, a lot of times when I see these young, talented black men, they realize that they misplay their leverage. And this is something that I don't just see black men doing it. I just see a lot of us as black people doing a lot. And when things are going really well, we feel like, even though something is going our way, that we can get away with stuff. And you can get away with a lot of stuff until you can't. And many times we forget that we are indeed replaceable. No matter how much talent we have, no matter how much skill you have, eventually you're going to get put out of that position and somebody else is going to come into that spot. They don't have to be as good as you, but as long as they don't cause as many problems as you do, you'll be replaced. I remember the same problem happened with Terrell Owens. I'm a Niners fan. Terrell Owens was a great receiver. Toxic, all right? We put up with him as long as we could until we couldn't anymore. Went to Dallas, had problems. They put up with him. Went to Philadelphia, had problems. Once he got his ass over to Buffalo and then Cincinnati, and then you couldn't play no more, that's when they get rid of you, all right? And right now he's young. Right now he got hops. Right now he's doing his thing, right? But you're only a few injuries away, and this is the situation with him. You've only played like 40% of your games every year, and you're still having these problems, and you're not even thinking about what you're doing. And bro, you don't think that these people are gonna get rid of you. Maybe you want somebody to get rid of you, but you're not gonna keep getting chances. And I just really wanna tell, like, you know, young men under 30, hear me out, guys. Nobody wants to put up with your, all right? I think a lot of us as older guys, we have found this out the hard way, and we want you to find this out too. You may think that somebody wants to put up with your stuff. I'm here to tell you that they don't, because there's somebody out there who could be one of three things. Number one, as good as you. Number two, less than you or even better than you, and they're not gonna make those mistakes. They're not gonna make those mistakes, family. They're not gonna be out there dusting it up. They're not gonna be out there being problematic. They're not gonna be out there doing all the stuff that you're doing. They're just not gonna do it, all right? And they're gonna do the right thing. They're gonna do whatever they should be doing to make sure that they take your opportunity. And your ass is gonna be sitting there on the sideline looking dumb. And trust me, from a person that has lost so many opportunities based on just not shutting up, based on running my mouth when I shouldn't have, based on all the things. And I wish that if I could just go back in time and just do the right thing, how much further I'd be in life, making a bad decision, you know? And then somebody comes in not even with your talent, and that's what hurts. Like Ja Morant, people would give everything, bro. You were the number one or two, this is like number 2 pick in the draft. You've gotten so many chances, so many opportunities. Money doesn't matter, still down bad. You in Tennessee, and listen to the thing too, guys. When you play in a state like Tennessee, you play in a state like Texas or Florida, the beautiful thing about playing in those states is you don't pay income state tax, all right? So you're really getting all your money. Bro, you're in Memphis getting all your money. You're in the right city. People love you there. You can literally finish out your career there. They got to get rid of you now. So you're going to lose money in taxes. Then when you go someplace else, everybody not going to want to put up with your stuff, bro. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I could get Ja Morant on my team, no. Hell no. Immature. Not only is he immature, guess what? His daddy immature. The whole family dusty. The whole family's down bad. So nobody got time to be putting up with y'all? Not at all. No, sir, Bob. No. And then you see these same dudes like Sebastian Telfair, on the side of the street, you know, in jail, broke, and you look at those guys, you're like, man, how did those guys end up like that? It's easy, because they're dumb. That's how they got there. Idiots. Threw it all away. And that's how so many people get opportunities all the time. You know, like, damn, how did he get so down bad? I'll tell you, because he's sick. People just get opportunities. I've seen some of the most talented guys just even here on YouTube. I'm talking about like dope creators, guys who are just 15 times better than me, you know, on this platform. You know, guys that they could just put a T on the title and get 100,000 views. Like, they're just that good. Can't get out their own way, you know, every time. You look up and be like, he did what? Yeah, he did that. You'd be like, what? Yes, he did that. Silly, stupid. Will do anything to make a mistake and just keep making the mistake. Then they get banned, lose all their money off the platform, go broke, go homeless. And you'd be like, damn, bro, like, why are you here? You know, you see so many people like in the black community with that kind of talent, and you'd be like, man, why isn't that guy doing this and that? Because he just can't get ahead of himself, and you can't explain it. Like, why would you do something so stupid? You know? And like the guy was saying, Klay Thompson, hey, why isn't this guy, you know, in the league doing the stuff he's supposed to do? The same thing what the brother was saying, listen, you know, these new players coming up in today's age, they're more athletic and better than some of these guys that are foreigners, but they don't, like, the league can't afford to have these black American dudes acting like that being the face of the league, you know? And that's why these other European guys are more mature. They don't get into the same problems. Then you talk about, well, you know, they don't want to put the black Americans at the face of the league anymore. Well, I mean, you look at what some of these guys are doing, right? I mean, it's just crazy. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shitty Jackson, back out of the end. Another episode of A Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you. This is her Bell. We're out.